B'Shem Hashem Naaseh V'Nasliach. Tonight I decided to speak about chinuch, how to raise our children properly. I'm going to say over some of the lessons that I learned from Dr. Avi Shulman. He recently gave a lecture here in Los Angeles, and I took note of some of the important things that he mentioned, and briefly we are going over those lessons, and Be'ezat Hashem, this should be a reminder of the importance of raising our children properly and some of the better ways of making them even more successful and doing our job properly. So one of the things that we as parents we need to know that we are never perfect. We do mistakes, especially when it comes to raising our children. But the good news is that we will grow with it. One of the reasons that firstborn gets double portion of inheritance is because perhaps the first child went through lot. It became the first trial for his parents of that how parents should figure out how to raise children. So every parent will grow with it, and we learn through mistakes. Unfortunately, sometimes we learn through mistakes, and we need to teach that to our kids, that if they make a mistake, after all, we all make mistakes, and they are not exempt from it. They make mistakes too. We need to teach them that they will grow with it as well, and that they should not become saddened, they should not become depressed, they should not lose hope, and they should not think that is the end of the line, and that they won't be successful, or they'll get disappointed too much. That is not a proper way of raising children. We need to give them hope, we need to encourage them, and we need to inform them that sometimes mistakes are okay. Obviously, that's after we did our best to avoid any mistakes. So for example, the example that we can bring is of the pilot that runs a plane. This pilot never can rely on himself. He has to follow information that he receives from the tower. The tower oversees everything, sees what's going on, and therefore a pilot has to follow the tower guiding them. So what is our guide? Our guide is Torah, our guide are the professionals. We need to inquire from them what is the appropriate way of raising children. Every child is different, and therefore we need those guidelines. And each time that there is a opportunity for us as parents to come and inform our children of their mistakes, giving them advice, we need to think, is it the right time to give them advice? Is it the right time to criticize them? Criticism should not be the first thing that every parent want to do to their kids. Perhaps the kid will grow out of it. Perhaps now the kid is 4 years old, right? He breaks the toys, or he does things that do not make sense to you. But maybe this is the way of the kids. Maybe they grow out of it. As it says in the Gemara that Tanaim and Amoraim, they would go and they would get things for their kids, specifically for the purpose that their kids should come and destroy it. That the kids should play with it to the point that it comes to complete destruction. That's how the kids grow. Right? Sometimes we need to provide them toys or things, and if they come and they destroy them, they should not become upset. That's the nature of some kids. Different stages of life. Maybe they grow out of it. We need to ask ourselves, right, if we are the best one to give advice to the child. Every parent need to ask this question. Perhaps uncle can do a better job. Perhaps aunt can do a better job. Or counselor at camp, or a friend. And therefore, we need to identify who is proper to give the advice, and when is the proper time to give the advice. Sometimes it is more effective that we wait for summer camp to come, and we speak to the counselor. We say to the counselor, please, let's say it is sleepover camp, make sure that my son makes his bed in the morning. Maybe at home he is not making his bed in the morning, but in the camp, if it comes from the counselor or from a friend, it would be more effective. And at the same time, you as the parent, you are not exercising your authority, right? And sometimes that would meet rejection by the kids. You want to avoid being rejected by your kids. So sit down privately with kids, quietly, inform them of their mistakes, explain to them what they did wasn't appropriate. Right? Many times kids do things and they don't realize that this is not proper. This is not what is expected from them. We need to make it clear in a nice way. We need to spend quality time with kids, and peace of mind we need to explain to them of what we expect from them. We need to control our emotions, especially when it comes to giving rebuke. If we are shouting at the kids, screaming at them, they might become defensive, or they might learn from us that when there is rejection, they need to shout too. Speak softly to the kids, and many times the importance of silence is much more than many words said. In other words, if parents exercise this notion of being silent when their kids do something wrong, just by being silent, the kids understand something is wrong. I better behave. I better correct my actions. Just by being silent, we can give a very strong message to our kids. We need to lower our voice that they should hear it better. For example, if you speak to someone whispering, if you whisper, automatically you make sure that the other person is listening to you better. But if you're shouting, many times when you shout at someone, he automatically ignores you. He doesn't want to hear you shouting. But if you're whispering, if you speak slowly, then it's heard better. So you could exercise this also. As an example, when the kid does something wrong, take them to the room and speak softly into their ears, and they pay more attention to what you say. So for this, there is a wonderful story, true story, that the Rabbi goes into the classroom. He is late. He comes to the classroom, and one of the kids in the classroom, he is pointing to his watch, and he is showing his watch to the Rabbi. Rabbi for the first time ignores him. Second time he shows his watch to the Rabbi. He ignores him. Third time he's showing it in front of all the kids, his watch to the Rabbi. Rabbi says, what a chuspetik, what a misbehavior this student is doing. He's making fun of me in front of the whole class. Right? He's showing his watch to me that, yes, Rabbi, you are late. So he fortunately controls his anger, this Rabbi, and during the recess, he asks the kid to come to him to say what he wanted to say, and perhaps to rebuke him why he made fun of him, right? By showing the watch to Rabbi, pointing out to his watch that, Rabbi, you came late. So the students come. As soon as he comes to the Rabbi, he again points to his watch and he says to Rabbi, Rabbi, look at my watch. Isn't it beautiful? I just got it as a present, gift, for birthday gift. Look at it, Rabbi. So Rabbi all of a sudden says, oh my gosh, this boy was so excited. He just wanted to share with me his birthday present. He didn't have any idea or any notion of, making fun of me. No, he was just sharing with me his emotions. So, fortunately, this Rabbi did not become angry at him. Imagine if he would have become angry at him. That would have been very, very, very bad way of, responding to all that emotion. So many times we need to tell our children that we understand where they're coming from. But at the same time we say, but this is what we expect from you. But because we love you and we always want you to do well, perhaps it is better to follow such idea. So always say to your children that your love has not changed. Whatever they did, tell them that we still love you. I still love you. Catch the right time to give thanks and appreciation to your children. Admire the progress that they did in whatever that they are supposed to correct themselves, that they're supposed to improve their actions. Give them your appreciation. Pay attention to that. Make sure that they see that you're seeing that progress. Tell them that you're doing good. You're going to the right direction. You're doing well. Right? And then every time we need to come to improve ourselves. We need to find better ways of raising our children. Right? We need to build self-esteem in our children. Chas v'shalom, we should not destroy the self-esteem. Self-esteem is very important. And we need to use our time very wisely when we are with our children. Right? Using time with children, quality time when we don't have our cell phone around, when the child feels that he can have peace of mind with us, that we are giving 100% of our attention to him without any distractions. That is something that every child cherishes and looks forward. So Be'ezat Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu should help us that with these lessons that we just went through and reviewed today, Hashem gives us banim ubanot, sadiqim v'sadqaniot, and Be'ezat Hashem we raise them v'darchei Torah u'masim tovim v'nomar Amen. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen v'Amen.